Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is pushing, keeps pushing, still in the resistance area, but Bitcoin might very well break above resistance. Already posted earlier today on Discord for gold members that it might very well be the case that we are already in the fifth wave, even though I did prefer this as a B wave. It might morph into the fifth wave already. And if we get closer to sort of 69 to 70k, then I call that a fifth wave. But it doesn't, and people ask me today why I don't call that a fifth wave already. Well, that was my answer. You know, if we break above resistance, it's likely the fifth wave. But in practice, it doesn't really make a difference because I've adjusted this micro support area a few times today. And where it was positioned earlier today, I can't remember where exactly it was, but the price dipped into it and then we reversed out of it. So as long as the support region here is holding micro support in this uptrend, which is quite strong, there is no confirmation of a top in place. And obviously we just track the trend until the end, and a break below the 50% retracement of the intraday rally here. And that level is now at 65,539. Well, that would indicate that, only that would indicate that a top is in place. Now, that would be the first indication. And I update that several times during the day. As a member, you get access to the live charts as well on Tradingview, if you're silver or gold member. So if you're interested in that during volatile times, you get updated there. Also in addition to the regular videos, of course. But yeah, I mean, the bottom line is it wouldn't change anything at the moment in practice, whether I call that a fifth wave or it's just a B wave which can overshoot. And there are no limits for a high B wave. There really aren't. Even though they really shouldn't break above the 1.38 retracement, technically speaking, if it's a three-wave rally, it can overshoot. You know, I've seen crypto high B waves that did overshoot by I think I've even seen ones that did overshoot by 200%. That would be 69k. Now, that is not something that I would necessarily then still see as the most likely scenario. But as long as it's a three-wave rally, which this one clearly is, it could be a B wave. Okay, crazy things happen. But as I said, if we get above that standard resistance area here, and this is the last test for the B wave in my opinion, if we break above this resistance while support holds at 65,539, we are likely already in the fifth wave. But then I would, you know, I don't want a wick above it to 67,400 and then fail. It would need to get to, I'd say, 69, 70k. Where do these levels come from? It would come from, I mean, if we say, okay, in let me just take that out. If we say in an alternative count, we have seen wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, maybe this was already wave 4, and this is wave 5, then upside targets, we take the length of waves 1 and 3 together, we go to the low of the wave 4, okay, and then we have here 68,550 as a very first target. That's one level to watch, and I will leave that on the chart. It's about identifying the next targets should we break above standard resistance, okay? So the next one would be, we take just the length of wave 1 and compare, and then we're looking for the 100% extension level. Let's see where that takes us, 69k. So it's sort of the area around 69k that would be relevant. So that's a key level. And another key level is when we take the initial 1-2 setup and we look for fib extensions, and we just choose the next extensions that are relevant. 2.786 probably. And the 300%. So these are the next key levels to watch. There should be a reaction to one of them. Just wanted to point out what the next upside targets are, because the price is still grinding. But as I said, getting to the 1.272 or 1.38 retracement, it's not unusual for a high B wave, even though this is a high B wave and it is overshooting. But if we keep going, then I will call that a wave 5. So if it is a wave 5 already, basically that would mean the yellow count is leading, then I would start to pay attention, or then we have to, if we break above resistance, we pay attention to 68,550, 69K, 69,350. So there's a bit of a cluster there of upside targets. If we get there and then see a pullback, then it's likely going to be the wave 2 already. I'm not going to watch this support region, which is for the wave 4, which is now nearly obsolete, I'd say. I think maybe we even, I leave it on for now, but I will take it off if we break above resistance and then wait for a clear top before I put the next support area on the chart. If we then see these 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we see this, and then the pullback would be an A, B, C structure, it could take a couple of weeks or so, yeah. And this will be ultimately the stress test for the theory that Bitcoin could have formed a lasting low in this larger wave 4 on the 5th of July. As I've been saying from the beginning, once we have a 5-wave move up, we have a first confirmation that a low is in. We're already tracking the trend higher, okay? And it's looking bullish. And I'd like to see the low in. It would be good for the altcoins as well. A lot of altcoins have bullish setups. But it takes ultimately also the test of the wave 2 low, which will be here somewhere. I can't really confirm that at this stage, to really confirm, that the low is in. So that's how we are tracking this. And that would also be the next decent setup. This here was a really shallow wave 4. If, again, it looks as if this is already wave 5 the way it's going, unless it really does a U-turn up here, but it looks really strong. So yeah, good day for crypto, but this was less steep than ideal, which is why I'm leaning, or I was leaning, starting to lean to wave 5 already, to a B wave, because we know that B waves can be aggressive, they can overshoot, which hopefully prepared everybody for that potential, because we are still in the resistance area, but we might break it the way it's going. And while we're talking here, support has shifted a little higher even, to 65,615. So that's at the moment how we see it. That means short term likely higher. But it's interesting because this here seems to be, this is one of the most aggressive movements we had here in this entire period, isn't it? So it's going to be interesting. Doesn't look exhausted at the moment. We know that B waves, they rally and then they turn around immediately. So pay attention to the relevant levels mentioned. The short term support level keeps the trend up. And I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.